In order to be a successful entrepreneur, you need to have a support system because if you're going to be building a business, that means you're going to be doing things that you are good at doing and things that you are not good at doing, as well as you're going to find out things that you don't even know you need to know when it comes to building a business. And so today we're going to talk about building a support system. So, welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things building a business, marketing your business, and having a balanced life. And so, today we're here talking about why and how to build a support system as an entrepreneur. And so, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, so that way every single time we have a new video that you are able to watch them. And so, we have videos that come out every single Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday here on this channel. So, we're talking about why and how to build a support system as an entrepreneur. And one of the things to note is that, like, you just can't do this by yourself. You just can't, okay? Because, like, if you think about all the jobs that we've had, it required so many people. You know, I've always been in sales, so in the marketing side, and so I had me, I had my coworkers, I had my boss had a boss, and then the boss's boss had a boss, so on and so on. But I couldn't just sell a thing. Like, it had to then be delivered, and there were all the other things that had to go along to make this entire company run, including HR, so that we could make sure that we were okay and that we're also getting paid on time. And so when you're deciding to build a business as an entrepreneur, you are doing all of that. Like, you are now responsible for all of those things. And so if you're not going to go crazy, if you're not going to burn out, you have to have people around you. You have to have a plan and system of support to be able to assist you. Now, one of the things that I will say is that sometimes when we start into entrepreneurship and we're looking for support, sometimes we start off looking for free support. And while I am not against having or receiving free support, it is really important to note that, like, your goal is to make more money in your business, to build a business. And so probably the person that you want to help you has a business and has built a business. And so like they need to make money too. So oftentimes when we were thinking about, like, getting that free support, you may not be able to find it. It may not be available to you because everybody has the same hours in the day and people have to build their business and do all these different things. And so potentially, if you're going to start building this support system, you might have to pay for it. Okay, you might have to pay for it. I remember when I first started my business in like 2016, there were some things I wanted to do, but I was like, I couldn't figure out who was going to help me to do it. And there were people I was seeing on the internet that I wanted to help me, but they were selling something. They were selling themselves, their selves as a consultant or whatever. And I realized really early, I'm not going to be able to get their help for free because this is how they make money. And I've got to figure out how I can get some money together so that I can pay them. Now, initially, when you're first starting as an entrepreneur, you typically don't have entrepreneur money for your business. But this is one of the reasons why I wrote my book called Before You Quit Your Job, A Strategic Guide for Entrepreneurs, because the last thing you want to do is leave your job too soon. Now you can't afford to pay your bills and you can't afford to run your business. But in my book, I talk about why you should keep your job while you're starting your business so that your job can help you pay your personal bills. And then you're able to invest in the little things that you need to really get your business going. So if you have a full-time job and you have some extra income, and so instead of like spending it on whatever, you should probably allocate some of it or save some of it so that you can then allocate it to someone to help you. Because oftentimes, initially, your support system is going to be paid. Okay, now granted, you can go on YouTube and watch videos. Obviously, you're watching this here. You can do all the things for free, which I have a very high value for free, you know what I mean? But also, there's going to come a point in time when that free is not going to be enough. So utilize the free, but then you're probably going to have to pay for the actual support, people that you can reach out to, ask questions to, and all that type of stuff, and get the support that you need. So when I was first starting out in 2016, I did invest some money into a coach. You know, I was paying on a monthly basis. It was not cheap. It was a lot of money. And I was like, of course, freaking out all the time, thinking about how much money I had to spend every single month to get help from this person and her team. You know what I mean? but it really sped up my growth, because all the things that I did not know, I was able to really reach out to them and ask all of these questions to get the support that I needed. Okay. So then once that happened, I could make more money. Then what I did was I invested some more of that money and I invested it into other communities, right? So right now, I'm a part of a community where I pay $3,400 a year, and then I have access to a huge community. I have another community where I paid $20,000 to be a part of. That's a lot of money. In 2022, what 2022? Well, 2022, 2023. And all the people that graduated from that program created a Slack channel. So now we're not paying for that community anymore, but we're all in this channel now because now we're all helping each other for free. But all of us invested that initial $20,000. So we know we're all at some type of level or whatever to where now we can support each other from this space versus like being a new person to the game or whatever in that particular space, if that makes sense. So like even now, I invest in those communities so that I can get the support that I need. But another thing you can do is conferences. Now, conferences are expensive, but they're less expensive than that $20,000. They're the ones where you can pay for your ticket, fly to the place, and get your hotel or whatever. But then you can go to everything and meet all the people, and you can start building a community that way. Okay, because sometimes you don't have $20,000 to spend on a community or whatever, or you don't have that much time to wait a year or whatever. But you can go to a conference and you can start building a community that way, so that way you can get the support it is that you need. But ultimately, the first thing you're going to have to figure out is what type of support do you actually need, okay? Because even though you may need IT, HR, hiring, outsourcing, marketing, all of that support, you probably can't handle all of it right now. To have all those people telling you all this stuff, it's just going to be overwhelming and you're not going to do anything with it because it's going to be too much. But if you focus on one area where you need support, then what you can do from there is get that support, implement the things, and then you can move on to the next. So about a year ago, I had someone telling me, no, 2 years ago, they were telling me about I needed to hire an assistant. And he told me a lot on that call, but specifically, he was like, assistant is the first thing you need to do. And I was like, okay, hire the assistant, got all that up and working. And then last year I reached out again and said, okay, here's where I am now on that plan. Can I have a call with you? Said yes, got on the next call, and then we worked through the next thing. And now I've been working through all that. And so maybe in 6 months or a year, I'll reach out for the next thing, okay? Because I can't handle it all at one time, right? Like before recording this video, I was on with my coach here. We're just talking about all things financial. Like I want to really, really, really understand financials, like really understand financials. And so that is all he is helping me with. Like when he's with me, he wants to talk about all these different things because he gets inspired because I'm so creative. But I'm like, I need this. So if we can just really focus on that, this is what I need right now. And then we can graduate to the next part. That way I'm not overwhelmed with him telling me this, all these different things, but we're just focusing on that particular piece. Okay. So in order for you to get the support that you need, first, you got to identify what type of support do you actually need. And so that may mean you're making a whole, I call it like the spider effect, when you've got the circle, you got your company name in the middle, and then you're writing out the little lines saying, I need support with this, I need support with this, right? Then what you can do from there is you can actually rank them, right? So you can rank each one of them, which is the most important all the way to the least important. And then once you have the most important one, then you can go out and find that support. So one of the things that I needed support with was accounting and bookkeeping. And I was like, okay, I can hire somebody obviously in the US to do accounting and bookkeeping, but also I wonder if I can actually outsource that by using a website like Upwork where they can do my bookkeeping and accounting for me. Highly qualified people, but less than what I would have to pay in the US. I outsourced that, found someone, boom, that person is taking care of that for me. Now, my accountant, CPA, is here in the US, right? But instead of me paying the high fees of California, I can pay the low fees of this. And then when they are overlooking things, now they're just like saying, hey, I found this error, this error, this error. versus me having to pay all this money for all of that. They can do that for the least amount, and then they can look at more, right? So that was the first thing, because my coach is helping me with financials, but in order for him to help me with that, somebody has to do like my profit and loss statement, my balance sheet, all those types of things. I have to file the taxes, and then he can go, okay, here's what I see here, this, whatever. Does that make sense? I hope that makes a lot of sense. All right. So ultimately, what I'm trying to say here is that you need support, but you've got to first determine what kind of support do you need. Okay. Once you know what that is, then you got to go, okay, who is going to be the support person? One, who's going to be the free person that you're going to subscribe to, you're going to learn from. And then two, who's going to be the person that you're going to pay for it. Okay. Because I guarantee you need to pay to get the support that you need. Okay. Then you can eventually become a part of a community where now you're getting support in that way. Right. So one of my friends, I just watched her go and have like a retreat for a week with a bunch of women that are like extremely successful. And I'm just like, wow. That level of support is next level. I'm not at that level yet. I wasn't invited to that. And that is okay. But one day I will get there. So my support today right now is, one, my friend was invited. We're friends. I'm like, how can I support you to give you what you need help with? And then she said, how can I support you? I'm like, well, I need help with this. And she's like, well, I need help with this. And we're like, okay, let's help each other with that, right? But the only reason why I was able to be friends with her and connected to her is because I invested. I flew and went to a conference and was talking to different people. Somebody connected me to her. We started connecting, talking, and all the things. And then it became, now we can support each other. Does that make sense? But none of that happened without me investing, okay? That didn't happen without, you could be at the right place, right time for sure, but it's a different level of, a support when that person can see that you're not just trying to take, but you also are offering to give. Not just that you have something to give, but that you're offering to give something. I hope that makes sense. All right. So I hope that this is valuable to you and that you're able to get started with developing a level of support around you for your business. I do want to know what you need help with. If you are someone and you're saying, I need help video marketing support. Well, I have built a community for entrepreneurs that want to get support, okay, with vertical video marketing like TikTok, Instagram Reels. And this community is only $25 a month, but you can try it out for 30 days for $15. So this community is called the Vertical Video Accelerator, and I'm giving you 2 calls a month where I'm giving you a training and Q&A, a support community where you can come in and ask questions every day, get support by me, people on my team, and the people in the community. And you can try this out for $15 this month, and then next month it'll just be $25. So super inexpensive to get all of that. And so you can just go to the link in the description, which is kenykelly.com/video accelerator. And then you can join us in that community. Okay. So thank you so much for watching.